Step 5, admitted to God, to ourselves, and to another human being the exact nature of our wrongs, and reminding us that you are not alone. So again, if you have a higher power, whether you call that higher power God or something else, or your understanding of God is different than mine, that's okay, because you're not alone, as long as you have something that is greater than yourself, that is a guide to how you can live your life. And so in step 5, the picture that I came up with is that many times we end up, because of the things that we've done, we've left our family on the other side of the bridge. Sometimes we've set that bridge on fire. Sometimes the family members have said, I've had it with you and I'm setting the bridge on fire, don't come back. But when you're on that other side, there will be somebody who has gone through the steps, who has worked themselves through the program, who is a part of the fellowship of AA or Narcotics Anonymous or Cocaine Anonymous or whatever one of those programs that you're in. If you do a 12-step program, that will be there for you with an extended hand to let you know that I am here to support you through this, and you can always rebuild the bridges, and it may be a lot of work and a lot of amends for you to make depending upon what all has happened. But I have certainly heard many, many stories over my time in recovery of people who said there was a point in time in which I was told, don't come for Christmas or Thanksgiving, nobody in the family is interested in seeing you ever again. And a person, a couple of years into recovery is standing in front of us telling their story and saying, yeah, now I have keys to everybody's house, and when they go on vacation, they ask me to come and water the plants and feed the dog and mow the grass and help out, because they know I'm a respectful and responsible person and that I'm willing to contribute and give to the family, as opposed to the person I was when I was a using addict. I only was trying to manipulate people and take whatever I wanted from the family, and they had it with me that I was basically disowned at that point. And again, now that I am loved and cared for and respected and trusted within my family, because I am a recovering addict, not a using addict, so I don't use people. So So through our addiction, or maybe even before our addictions, many of us found that we were digging a hole, and we just kept getting deeper and deeper into it. As the years went on, we just kept digging and digging. And at any point in time, you have the choice to keep doing the things that you've been doing, which are getting you deeper, deeper in the hole as you continue to dig, to stop and settle for where you're at right there for a bit, or to start working your way out of the hole and trying to climb back out. That when I was 23 years old, I got into the 12-step program, got into recovery. When I first came in, I heard all the things of that, well, I spilt more than you drank, and you're too young, you need to go back out and have a good time with your drinking. You've got years and years of fun use ahead of you before you're needing to worry about recovering from it. But I was ready to stop, that I had enough problems in my life. My life had become unmanageable enough, and I was powerless enough over trying to fix my life, that I decided to get into the program at 23, which back then was considered very, very young. Today, I work with lots and lots of teenagers who are in the programs and looking for recovery. They're looking to get back or recover what it is that they've lost in life. And so there's now what we call a high bottom. So no longer do old-timers in the program tell young people, you don't really belong here because you've got lots of fun use ahead of you. That we realize that, especially with drug use, when it was just Alcoholics Anonymous, alcoholics typically didn't get into recovery until they were 40 or 50. And they felt like, even though they had been losing manageability and control over their life for many years, they didn't hit a low enough bottom until they were that age. And so they just kept digging and digging and digging until they were in their 40s or 50s. But today, especially with drug use, we find that people are hitting very, very low bottoms at a very young age, even including people who are teenagers who haven't even reached adulthood yet. And they are ready to stop. So we call that hitting a high bottom. that, so sometimes people go, how do I know if I've hit a low enough bottom that I'm ready for recovery? Well, bottom is wherever you stop digging. And the 12 steps, each one has a principle that is a value. In the program we call it a spiritual principle, in counseling we call it values clarification. But in the first step you learn honesty, then hope, then faith, then courage, then integrity, willingness, humility, brotherly love, discipline, perseverance, awareness of God, and service to others. And so each step that you do, you're working yourself out of that hole so that you don't have to stay in the hole. That creates resiliency. Resiliency is the strength to adapt and improve through adversity. So you don't allow your adversity to say, well, I'm stuck. I've dug myself into this hole, or traumatic things happened in my life beyond my control, but I'm now in a hole and there's nothing I can do but stay here or dig it deeper. And it's like, no, that's not true. You have the option of recovery, of getting back those things that you don't have in your life that would give you a better quality of life.